Hey Mark, can you take off next Friday?
Next Friday? Did we have plans?
It's Emma's graduation, remember? We talked about it last month.
Oh, right, I forgot about that.
I put it on the family calendar 3 months ago. Even Emma reminded you last week at dinner.
You figured I'd forget, didn't you?
I had a hunch.
You don't need to be passive-aggressive about it.
I'm not being passive-aggressive. I'm being practical. Remember last year's sports festival?
Not this again.
You promised to come and didn't show up. You're always like this. I remind you to keep your schedule open, but you always forget and go to work anyway.
I've been busy with the new wedding venue launch.
The venue launch isn't for another month.
There's a lot of preparation involved.
You forgot Emma's middle school entrance ceremony, too. And her piano recital last month. And parent-teacher conferences. She practiced that piano piece for months.
I'm just forgetful by nature.
Only with family events, though. You remembered your golf session with clients last Sunday.
We've been married 20 years, you should know that by now.
But you only seem to forget plans with me? You have no problem remembering happy hours and work schedules. Why do you always forget our plans?
Those are different. Work events are in my calendar.
The family calendar is right on the fridge. You pass it every morning. I even set reminders on your phone.
I make an effort not to forget high-priority things.
So plans with me are low priority? Your family is low priority?
Well, yeah, obviously, work stuff is gonna be higher priority.
Even your daughter's graduation is lower priority than work? She's been talking about it for weeks. She even picked out a special dress.
That's a bit much.
It's a celebration. She worked really hard to be top of her class. You know she's giving the farewell speech?
Is it really that special? I don't need to take off work to go. You could just go by yourself.
I'm sure Emma wants you to be there too. She specifically asked if you were coming. She's been checking every day. Don't make her feel even more lonely.
Jeez, she's not a little kid anymore.
She's still your daughter. She still needs her father.
She won't care if her dad isn't at graduation.
She cares more than you know. I wanted to go together with you. I wanted us to witness our daughter's middle school graduation together. You know, to share the emotion of it. Take some family photos.
There's nothing emotional about it. Elementary school ends, then middle school starts. Middle school ends, then there's high school. And don't forget college after that. It's just changing locations. Why get all sentimental?
Because these moments don't come back. Once they're gone forever. You don't feel moved watching your child grow up? Remember how excited you were at her kindergarten graduation? You took the whole day off then.
Nope, not at all. If anything, it's depressing realizing how much more money we'll have to spend on her.
She got a scholarship. You know that. She worked hard for it.
I wish she'd hurry up and be independent.
Is that really what you're thinking? Do you not love your daughter?
Not particularly. Emma's been cold to me lately. Even when I'm home, she never tries to talk to me.
Maybe because you're always on your phone when she tries, or watching TV, or saying you're too tired.
Am I just chopped liver to her?
That's because you never tried to communicate with her. I'm sure she doesn't know how to interact with her father. She tried showing you her test scores last week. You barely looked up from your phone. If you skip her graduation, the gap between you will only grow.
Well, it's too late to take off now. You'll have to request time off at least a month in advance.
Which is exactly why I reminded you last month. And the month before that.
Plus, it's a holiday. It's hard enough to get time off on weekends and holidays as it is.
I know that. That's why I told you ahead of time. Can't you talk to your boss and figure something out? Make an exception just this once?
If I do that, my coworkers will resent me.
But your workplace is mostly women since it's the wedding industry, right? If you tell them it's for your kid's school event, I'm sure they'd understand. Most of them are mothers too.
No, they definitely wouldn't. The women at my company are super strict about work, especially Miranda. She's on another level. If you get on her bad side, it's over. Word is you can kiss your job goodbye.
There's someone that scary there? You've never mentioned her before.
Because it's not your business.
Anything that affects our family is my business.
Anyway, I'm not going to graduation, so you'll have to go alone.
Excuse me? Who was that woman you were walking with earlier?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. I saw you in Soho earlier.
You must be mistaken.
I was there with Emma to see a movie. I spotted you in front of the station. You were wearing your gray suit, the one I bought you for your birthday. Who was that woman you were holding hands with? The one in the red dress with the long black hair?
You were in Soho? Talk about bad timing.
Bad timing for who exactly? Answer my question. Who is she? You went into that cafe on the corner.
You followed me?
I didn't have to. You were right there in plain sight. What is this? Are you cheating on me?
Yeah, I am, but don't make a big fuss over a little infidelity.
A little infidelity? Is that what you call betraying your family?
Everyone does it.
No, they don't. Normal people don't destroy their families. How long has this been going on?
Does it matter?
Of course it matters. Every moment matters. Every lie you told me matters.
You're being dramatic.
How can you just brush it off like that? Emma saw you too, you know. Her face when she saw you?
Well, maybe it's time she learned men and women have their needs.
Our daughter saw her father cheating on her mother, and that's your response? What kind of lesson is that?
She's old enough to understand.
Understand what exactly? That her father is a cheater? This isn't funny. I thought it was strange you kept coming home late recently. All those overtime hours, those business dinners, the texts you keep hiding. So this is what you were up to.
You're overthinking it.
Am I? Let's check your phone then.
Stay out of my private things.
It all makes sense now. The new cologne, the sudden gym membership, the work trips that didn't match your schedule, those mysterious credit card charges. Break things off with your mistress right now.
Hey, don't order me around. Why should I?
Because you're married? Because we have a daughter? Because you made vows? You're going to keep seeing her even after getting caught?
I have my circumstances too. I can't break it off immediately.
What circumstances? What could possibly justify this? Are you in love with her?
You wouldn't understand.
Try me. Explain it to me. Help me understand how you could do this to us. I don't give a damn about your circumstances. End it now.
Don't be so selfish.
I'm being selfish? You're the one being selfish here. Why do I have to keep putting up with this? Is she from your office? Is that why you won't take time off? Is that why you're always working late?
Hey, cut it out already. Who do you think is providing for you?
Don't you dare try to change the subject. Don't you dare use money as an excuse.
Don't talk back to your husband.
Are you kidding me? So housewives and children aren't even allowed to criticize cheating husbands? We're just supposed to accept this? Pretend we didn't see anything?
You're living off the money I earn. Let me have my stress relief.
Stress relief? That's what you call betraying your family? What stress? The stress of having a wife who takes care of everything? The stress of having a daughter who works hard and makes you proud?
You're always complaining even though you don't do jack. If you can't handle it, then get out of my house, you useless freeloaders.
Freeloaders? 20 years of marriage, and that's what you think of us? Who raised your daughter? Who manages your household?
You're just all talk. A housewife who can only do chores, and an ungrateful daughter who doesn't appreciate her provider. I can't deal with this family.
Don't talk about Emma that way. She's a straight-A student. She helps with housework. She's everything a parent could want. Obviously, you're the one in the wrong here. How can you be so shameless about this?
You're still going on about it? God, you're an annoying woman. That's it. I'm not coming home tonight.
What are you saying? Come home right now. Explain yourself properly. Don't you run away. Hey, get back here already.
I'm turning off my phone.
Coward. At this rate, we're never going to talk things out. Stop being a coward and face me properly. 3 days of silence is enough.
There's nothing to discuss. I've made up my mind. I'm leaving you.
After one confrontation, that's all our marriage is worth to you? 20 years thrown away in 3 days?
I'm dead serious.
When did you decide this? How long have you been planning to leave?
Does it matter?
You're really gonna throw away 20 years? All our memories together?
It's not throwing away, it's moving forward.
Moving forward to what exactly? To your mistress?
I'm going to marry her.
You're abandoning us? For someone you just met? Do you even know her?
And I'm remarrying to her.
You haven't even divorced me yet, and you're already planning your next wedding? Have you lost your mind?
I'm moving out to get my head on straight. Send my stuff when I have a new place.
You want me to pack your things? After you cheated? After you decided to leave? Why should I have to do that? Come get your things yourself.
That's a pain. Just box it up and I'll have someone get it.
No. You come face your family properly. Come face Emma properly. She deserves at least that much.
Plus, if I see your face, you'll just nag at me again. I don't want to come back.
Nag at you? Is that what you call holding you accountable? Is that what you call asking for basic respect?
It's what I call your endless complaints.
When did I ever complain? When did I ever demand anything from you? You're really going to end things without even talking? Without a single apology to us? To Emma? To the daughter you're abandoning?
That's right. There's no point in talking.
No point? 20 years of marriage, a teenage daughter, our home, our life together, and there's no point in talking?
I'm not going to change my mind.
Did you ever love us at all? Was any of it real? Or were we just convenient?
I don't regret this or feel sorry, so I'm not going to apologize.
I see. Now I understand. I feel like I'm finally seeing you for who you are. All these years, I've been blind, thinking you were just busy, thinking you were just tired. You're a terrible person. You're the absolute worst. I can't believe my husband of 20 years is cheating on me. What was the point of me dedicating my life to you? All those nights I stayed up waiting, all those events I attended alone, all those times I made excuses for you, all those times I defended you to Emma. I worked so hard doing all the housework and child rearing alone, making sure you had a hot meal when you came home, making sure your clothes were always clean and pressed. Without a word of complaint to my husband, who never helped out. Even when I was sick, even when I was exhausted. I even defended you to Emma when you missed her events. Dad's working hard for us, I said. Dad loves us, I said. What a fool I've been. If I knew it would come to this, I should have given you an earful instead of holding back. I should have called you out years ago. The first time you missed Emma's birthday. The first time you forgot our anniversary. The first time you chose work over family. Maybe then you would have understood. Maybe then you would have changed. But it's too late now, isn't it?
Good work on the chores and kids. Do whatever you want now.
After everything, that's all you have to say? 20 years dismissed with good work?
Well, I guess you've still got child rearing left, but that's not my problem anymore.
Not your problem? You think you can just opt out of being a father? Like canceling a subscription?
You're on your own.
We've always been on our own. You're never really there anyway.
You managed fine without me before. Nothing'll change.
Except now Emma knows her father abandoned her. Except now she knows you chose another woman over her. How do you think that makes her feel?
She'll get over it.
Like I got over you missing her performances? Like I got over you forgetting our anniversaries? Do what I want, huh?
Go ahead and find yourself a new husband.
Is that supposed to hurt me? You think I need a man like you in my life?
Not that any guy would want a single mom your age.
And no woman with self-respect would want a cheating coward. A man who abandons his family. A man who can't even face his own daughter.
Watch your mouth.
Or what? What more can you do to us? You've already shown exactly who you are. A coward. Fine, I'll do as I please. Starting with visiting your workplace.
Don't you dare!
Why not? Scared? Afraid your colleagues will see who you really are?
You wouldn't!
You've pushed me far enough. Don't you dare complain about what I do. You've lost that right, along with everything else.
What the hell are you doing? Have you lost your mind barging into my workplace?
Oh, you're the one who said to do whatever I want. Didn't expect me to actually do it? Didn't think I had it in me?
This is my workplace!
Where you've been having your affair? Where you've been lying to everyone?
You can't just show up here!
Who's going to stop me? You? What? You can't take responsibility for your words? This is exactly why deadbeats are hopeless. You never think about consequences, do you? Always thinking you can get away with everything.
Still, don't just show up at my job. That's completely inappropriate.
Inappropriate? Like cheating on your wife? Like planning to remarry while still married? Like abandoning your family? Like that kind of inappropriate?
This is different.
How exactly is it different? Because it affects you directly? Because now you have to face consequences?
This is my workplace!
Where you've been hiding your mistress? Where you've been living your double life?
You're making a scene!
No, you made this scene. Months ago. When you decided to cheat. When you decided to lie. When you decided our family wasn't worth keeping. I'm just making it public. Letting everyone see who you really are.
You've lost your mind!
No, I found my voice. Something I should have done years ago. When you first started taking us for granted. When you first started putting work before family. But better late than never, right?
I had no choice!
No choice but what?
To bring her to the office!
I found out your mistress is your coworker. Really? A colleague? Someone you see every day? That's low, even for you. All those late nights working. I had to pay my respects before handing over the wife title, though I doubt you'll keep her that long.
What respect? You made her kneel in apology, didn't you?
Did I force her? Did I even touch her? I just stood there. I just asked my questions.
She's been trembling and crying ever since.
Funny how she can cry now, but she didn't cry about breaking up a family, about hurting a child. I didn't force her to apologize. I just asked if she shouldn't be apologizing to me, to Emma, to your parents.
You humiliated her in front of everyone!
She humiliated herself the moment she chose to date a married man. She's quite the pitiful girl. Younger than me, isn't she? Can someone like that really make it in the wedding industry? Planning other people's weddings while destroying a marriage? What kind of karma is that? I hear it's a cutthroat world, especially with someone like Miranda around, your scary boss.
Leave Miranda out of this!
Oh, scared of her finding out? Too late for that, isn't it?
That's what I like about her. Her simple and gentle nature appeals to me.
Your mistress? Is that what you call it?
At least she doesn't cause scenes. That's why I picked her. Girls like her are easy to keep under my thumb.
And there it is, the real you.
I like that. Not like you, always questioning everything.
I bet it's a reaction to being around strong-willed women at work all the time. Is that why you picked someone so weak? Someone who won't stand up to you? Come to think of it, I used to be the quiet, obedient type back in the day, too. I guess that's why you chose me. You like women you can control, until they find their voice.
Don't go comparing yourself to her, barging into my job like that.
You're right. I've changed with age, and my anger towards you has changed me even more. It's like my perspective suddenly opened up. I just feel like I've finally woken up. 20 years of putting up with your behavior. 20 years of making excuses.
You really have changed. I wonder how many years it's been since I called you by name.
Don't try to be sentimental now. It doesn't suit you. Why did I ever devote myself to a man like this? I must have been out of my mind. Seeing you at the office earlier, you looked so pathetic. All that big talk at home, but here, nothing. Just a scared little man.
What was that?
Your voice was cracking. You were stammering. You couldn't even look me in the eye, hiding behind your desk. You only cared about what your coworkers thought of you. And you wouldn't even stand up for your mistress groveling on the ground. Some protector you turned out to be. Some man you turned out to be. I almost felt bad for her. Almost. But I won't hold back on the alimony, got it? Every penny you owe us for every lie you told.
You even brought up alimony in front of my co-workers! Why would you say something so embarrassing?
Embarrassing? Like having your wife discover your affair isn't embarrassing? Like abandoning your family isn't embarrassing? You two are the only embarrassing ones here. That's what I'm telling you. Your mother said the same thing about you too. What a pathetic excuse for a man. She's ashamed to have you as a son. I told your parents at the family home all about your cheating. Emma and I went and had a long talk with them about all the horrible things you've done to us, every single detail. And your parents took our side, immediately, without hesitation.
You went to my parents?
Of course I did. They deserve to know what their son has done, what kind of man they raised.
That wasn't your place!
Then whose place was it? Were you planning to tell them? Or were you going to lie to them too?
They said they'd punish you!
Punish you how? What did they say exactly?
That's between me and them.
No, It's between all of us now. Because while you've been ignoring your family, I've been taking care of your parents. While you've been working late.
What do you mean?
Who do you think helps your mother with her doctor appointments? Who drives her to physical therapy? Frequently visiting with Emma, helping out around their house, being there to lend an ear. When your mother was sick last month, where were you? When was the last time you even called them?
I've been busy!
For 3 months straight? Too busy for a 5-minute phone call? So your parents have really taken a liking to me. They trust me more than you. Did you know your father's health hasn't been good?
What?
Of course you didn't, because you never visit, never call, never ask.
They're choosing their daughter-in-law over their actual son?
They're choosing the person who's actually been there, the person who shows up, the person who cares.
I'm the oldest child!
So what? Being the oldest means nothing if you don't act like it. This is your punishment for not cherishing your parents, for taking them for granted.
They can't do this to me!
They already are. This is what happens when you neglect communication with your family. I warned you so many times. Call your parents, I said. Visit them, I said. They're not getting any younger, I said. But you were always too busy.
What the hell are they planning to do to me?
Your father was particularly upset. I've never seen him so angry. Not in 20 years.
Tell me what they said.
Well, go visit them and find out. They said they're calling you in to have a direct talk.
A direct talk?
Face to face, like adults. They said they're calling you in tomorrow. I'm sure you'll be getting a call from them soon.
Can't you just tell me?
No, I think you need to hear it from them. Just like I needed to hear about your affair from you, instead of finding out in public, with our daughter watching.
Sarah, please!
Don't Sarah please me now. You lost that right. Good luck. You're going to need it.
At least give me a hint.
Why? So you can prepare your excuses? Like you always do? No. I think you should go in blind. Just like I was. Just like Emma was. Time to face the consequences of your actions.
Hey, Sarah, I'm so sorry for everything up until now.
3 days of silence and now this? After everything you've done?
Please forgive me.
What's this about? Why the sudden change in attitude? You went back to see your parents. How did it go?
They ripped into me. Dad even beat the crap out of me.
At your age? Like a child?
He said I deserved it. Maybe I did.
So now you're reflecting, after the damage is done?
They said if I don't break things off with my mistress, they're disowning me, that they won't give me my inheritance.
Your inheritance too. That's big. Though I'm not surprised. Your father worked hard for that money.
Dad said he donated all before passing it down to me. He had dead serious eyes.
He means it. You know how he is about family.
I know he does, and now my workplace is unbearable. Everyone's whispering, pointing fingers. At this rate, my life is over.
Now you understand consequences. How does it feel to lose everything at once? Oh, I got an apology call from your mistress.
You did?
She was crying the whole time, not making much sense. Sounds like a lot went down at your office.
What's this about? I didn't hear that.
After I showed up, it seems like Miranda gave her a piece of her mind. You're scary, boss Miranda. Told her any woman who'd wreck a marriage doesn't belong in the wedding business. I mean, she's got a point. Hard to plan happy weddings when you're destroying marriages.
Miranda said that?
Miranda sure tells it like it is. Apparently your mistress got the cold shoulder from her other co-workers too, and she's at her breaking point. She said she wants to quit and move back to her hometown. Can't handle the shame, I guess.
So she's abandoning me?
Did you expect loyalty from someone who helps break up marriages? Did you think she'd stand by you? Well, that's a shame. Looks like remarrying is off the table. And we're divorcing, so you're back to being a bachelor. But you're still paying alimony and child support every month without fail.
Wait a second. Let's call off the divorce after all.
Excuse me? What are you saying? You're the one who suggested it.
You were against it at first, too.
That was before I knew everything. Before I saw who you really are.
And you can't support yourself without me. How are you going to earn money after being a housewife all this time?
Watch me. I'll figure out a job. I've got the alimony I'm taking from you. And your parents said they'll give me a lump sum as an apology.
They're giving you money?
I'll be fine financially for a while. I'm thinking of getting a certification. A qualification will help with job hunting. I've already started looking into courses.
But Emma's college tuition is coming up. Wouldn't it be better to have me around?
Better for who? Having you around is way more trouble than it's worth. I have no intention of depending on a man who called his wife and daughter freeloaders.
I just lost my temper in the heat of the moment. I didn't mean it.
You meant every word. Every single one.
I was only able to work hard because I had a family. I'm truly grateful for you. I should have never forgotten that appreciation.
But we'll never forget how you insulted us. We can't live together anymore. Emma doesn't want to see you either. She made that very clear.
Please don't leave me. I can't live without you two.
You should have thought about that before. Before the affair. Before the lies. Oh, shut up. No apology is going to change how we feel at this point. I'm sick of your whining, you insufferable man.
Give me another chance!
You had 20 years of chances. It's over.
What about Emma?
You lost the right to ask about her. The moment you chose another woman over your own family.
I'm still her father!
Are you? When's the last time you acted like one? When's the last time you put her first?
Sarah, please!
Goodbye, Mark.
Wait!
I've waited long enough. We all have. I separated from my husband and started living with just my daughter. We're each collecting alimony from my ex-husband and his mistress. The mistress couldn't handle the atmosphere at work, so she quit and moved back to her hometown. My husband is still working at the same company, facing the cold treatment from his female co-workers, especially Miranda. But he can't quit even if he wanted to, since he's obligated to pay us child support. The infidelity incident is still haunting him, with his female colleagues talking behind his back every day. Staying at a workplace like that must be soul-crushing. My ex-in-laws have practically disowned my former husband. They're so disappointed in him. But my daughter and I visit them from time to time, and they give us spending money. They seem to want to support us however they can, so I graciously accept. I'm planning to use the money they give us for my daughter's college expenses. For 20 years, I lived suppressing my own feelings, but from now on, I'm going to follow my heart and live freely, and I hope my daughter will live true to herself as well.